Hello everyone, and good evening, and welcome to the AJAC graduation ceremony. It is an honor to be here, standing on stage and speaking to you all. I'm Raquel Taijito, a recent high school graduate from Stadium High School, as well as a AJAC graduate from the Production Technician AJAC Youth Apprenticeship, and a proud member of the graduation class of 2019. I'm also a future student for St. Martin's University, and I'll be pursuing mechanical engineering in the fall. To begin this, I want to give thanks to everyone who took the time out of their busy schedule to attend to this event. I want to give thanks to my family who've been there for me throughout high school and through this program. I could not imagine myself giving a speech in front of all these people when I was younger. Nor did I imagine myself graduating from the Youth Apprenticeship program and gaining the skills needed for my profession. I still remember how it all started in a simple time on an ordinary day. It started with a class at Stadium High School. It was an engineering class with Mr. Tim Rare. And I still remember signing up for the classes and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to do something with engineering. More importantly, I knew I wanted to do something more for myself, a future. But I didn't know what to focus on. I didn't know what to do or how to get there, to get to my goal. There was a lot I did not know, and there's still a lot I don't know, quite frankly, to this day. However, I managed to gain some sense once I took the engineering class. I remember the first week taking the class, struggling with the basic lessons and the exercises, the lessons that he would teach. And I kind of fell behind in the class. Luckily, it did not stay that way until I heard those words from him. Try again. At first, I was reluctant with the advice that he given to me until I put those words into actions. And I did try again, and again. After countless attempts, mistakes, and failures, I began to understand the lessons and the exercises that he would teach. And eventually, I caught up with the class and found myself helping others as he did for me. And those simple words pushed me to strive for perfection into my work and for myself. Mr. Rare became a huge influence in my life, and he is still to this day. He transferred to Lincoln High School shortly after my freshman year, and I was disheartened by this fact. I knew I had to keep going. After some time, I found myself with a lack of satisfaction or fulfillment in the work that I do. I knew I wanted something more, something exciting in my life, something that gave me purpose. Until one day, the same man that I admire from my freshman year came back. He came back with an opportunity that changed my life. That man was Mr. Tim Rare, and the opportunity was the AJAC Youth Apprenticeship. At first, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, being 16 at that time and in my sophomore year in high school. And I was convinced by the words that he said about the program. Hands-on skills, on-the-job training while earning a pay. Soon after, I quickly learned that the program offers an opportunity for high school students like myself to gain the skills in machining and manufacturing trade. I also learned students will receive a certification or a journeyman card as a production technician after completing 2,000 hours on-the-job training at a machine shop. Before the program began, we had to go through a strenuous enrollment process of understanding basic safety training, first aid certification, writing resumes, going through interview practices with other people within a couple months. We did it. We went through the process. Some dropped, some found other opportunities, and the rest of us stayed. In a short time, I found myself signing my apprenticeship agreement on the signing day after getting hired by a company called Tool Gauge and declared as an official youth apprentice along with other students. There was a lot of people in that attendance, including Governor Inslee, to my surprise. It was a proud moment for me, my family, and for everyone. Throughout the apprenticeship program, I took basic machining classes at Lincoln High School while gaining on-the-job training at Tool Gauge during my 2-year stay. I learned the safety precautions within the workplace along with the procedures to act when hazards occur. I learned how to set up and operate both manual machines such as lathes and milling machines, including CNC machinery. I learned how to problem solve and think about different techniques and ways how to do something. More importantly, I learned how to think for myself. It was a long, difficult process of having no experience to be a proud member within a trade. The hardest piece for me was finding the constant motivation every day, waking up with an excitement and finding joy in what I do. I gained the training that I needed and completed over 2,000 hours of trade training. Now I can say that I'm a proud member of the trades, a production technician, and an AJAC graduate. From this moment on, this is my advice to the people who are unsure or lost in their lives and want to change. I say to always move forward, but one must learn from the past, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. The journey will not be easy, nor will it get easier, but you will become better if you take the smallest step to recognize for the need to change and the first initiative to improve. To close this, I want to thank everyone from the AJAC program who helped us to succeed and move forward with our lives. From Mr. Tim Rare, from Miss Tracy Turcott, to Mr. Jerry Foss, and also Miss Lynn, and many more. I also want to give thanks to my company who hired me and gave me the chance to learn the skills that I needed, like Mr. Clint Floyer and Mr. Stephen Pine, along with others, including the people from Stadium High School who helped me along with this journey to start my life, especially my family who supported me in the most darkest times. Again, thank you to you all.